Well, hey, welcome back to, I guess this would be part 3 of the Book of Unwritten Tales. So we got the helmet, the parachute, and a map, but there's just a few other things in here, so I want to test some stuff out in here and see if there's anything else.
I'd rather not take Nemo apart until I know what I'm looking for. I'd rather not take Nemo apart until I know what I'm looking for. Excuse me, Colonel Grandad?
Yes, report back.
I have the pot, helmet.
Excellent, soldier. The helmet will protect you from physical attacks. You can even sit on it and use it as a saucepan.
It is a saucepan.
Ooh, how practical.
Let me see your helmet.
It's not all that great, I know, but...
What? It's a good helmet. And it's going
it just
to protect a good
clipped
soldier.
through his head.
That is, of course, as long as the enemy doesn't attack with dragons, or has wizards in its ranks, or magical swords, and doesn't go for your head.
Maybe I should look for some armor with magic.
Poppycock! That helmet will do.
Got a map.
I got a map.
Excellent! My commanding officer always said good maps are half the battle. Of course, you won't be needing it if everything goes well.
If what goes well?
But if not, it's always good to have a map with you, what?
I have a parachute.
I have a parachute.
Fantastic! Parachutes are hard to come by and are difficult to make yourself. After all, you'd only want to entrust your life in a quality product, not something makeshift you've patched together yourself.
Trust my life? But, of course, I mean, of course not. So, that's the last of my gear.
Achievement.
Excellent. We could get going if only my damn machine would work. But you can't find a thing in this house. No nitroglycerin, no dragon hide armor, no concentrated pillars of salt, no full mithril jacket bullets, nothing.
What do you need all that for?
For what? It's a war!
But we just want to deliver the ring to the Archmage. Don't you think a sled...
What? I need a nitroglycerin substitute. Something highly explosive.
Alcohol.
The only thing that comes to mind is good old dwarven ale.
Dwarven ale?
Devilish stuff. We reduced complete countries to ash and rubble with it. We loved the smell of dwarven ale in the morning.
Okay, I'll get you some dwarven ale. Anything else?
Yes, I need a cog. A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and lock ring locking. It's not a standard size, and I can't find one anywhere.
A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated BSA threaded flange with right hand thread and locking lock ring. Sounds familiar.
Come back when you've got the stuff. I'll sort out the rest. But bear in mind, the Dark Lord knows all of your thoughts.
Right.
Okay. So, if we do that,
Well, that won't work. It wiggles too much.
I'm confused.
Well, that won't work. It wiggles too much.
I'm confused.
Dad's vice brings back a lot of memories.
So if we put... Nope. Give me Nemo. Put Nemo in the vice.
It's stuck. Poor thing.
Okay, then toolbox.
Shouldn't be a problem with the right tool.
Poor Nemo.
There you are. A 5/8" screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right hand thread and lock ring locking.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe that cog wasn't all that important. Fly.
It's not going to now.
Oh, maybe it was important.
Yeah. Okay, so we gotta go back to the pub. Or the Bastion. Gotta leave. Go to the Bastion. It's convenient that it's just right next door. I no longer have a job that's right next door.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir.
It's a 2-mile walk to my job.
Aye, aye, Wilbur.
Mr. Master Brewer, assuming I were to need some dwarven ale...
Dwarven ale? It's not allowed, unfortunately.
Why not?
Have you heard about the explosion on Mount Winterpeak?
The volcanic eruption?
Volcanic eruption. Deep under that mountain was the finest ale brewery in the whole dwarven world. My dad took me there when I was nothing but 2 beer crates tall. Can you imagine how aled up we were?
Kind of. What happened?
Ah, well, some so-and-so cocked up, and boom! And that was that! All over for dwarven ale brewing. After the accident, it was banned as a substance of enjoyment. The sharp taste, the warmth in the throats, gone forever. Now it's only used in warfare and in the alchemy industry.
But you do know how to brew dwarven ale, don't you?
Does a one-legged duck swim in a circle? Of course I know. I'm the master brewer.
Does a one-legged duck
It's
swim
not
in?
difficult
Whoa,
either.
move in a
First,
circle?
You get barley germinated in a
I've never seen a
malthouse, then let
one-legged
them
duck.
bloat up after leaving them dormant for a bit. Then kiln dry the green malt, keeping it turned. Coarse mill it, making sure that the husks don't get destroyed.
The husks? What are...
Then mash the whole lot in a mash tun, obviously using a decoction procedure. After the iodine test, we get on with purifying and separating the malt from the beer wort in a slatted filter bed.
Of course, but...
In other words, we let the draft run through the mash pot. We then put the first wort in the brewing kettle, let it simmer, and add the hops. We let the wort settle to remove the trub crust, add the yeast, and then leave to ferment. Then we run everything through the pebble filter. That's all fair enough. Then it gets more complicated.
Stop!
That's way too much.
What? We're just getting to the exciting part.
I'm sure we were, but I just abandoned the idea of brewing some dwarven ale myself.
Well, whatever you think.
Let's assume I need a small tankard of dwarven ale really, really urgently. Could you brew it for me?
Could do, but I'm not going to. It's not allowed.
Pretty, please.
Oh, come on. Who's going to notice? When was the last time another dwarf came by to visit us?
That's a fair time back.
You see? Wouldn't you just love a nice cold dwarven ale tonight to celebrate your victory over the robot?
Oh, dwarven ale is nectar. I'd certainly enjoy a wee taste of it again. No, but it's not going to happen. I'm missing a few ingredients.
Like what?
And if I get them, would you brew up 2 tankards then? One for me and one for yourself.
Aye. It's a deal. You find me the missing ingredients, and I'll brew some dwarven ale.
Okay, what do you need?
Crystal clear mountain water.
Got that.
Hops, and some barley for malting.
Well, that's it? No deviled fire, salamander eyes, or dragon's breath, that sort of thing?
Nope. Water, hops, and malt. Then there's just a few secret ingredients and, naturally synthesized aromatic substances and a couple of E numbers. But I've already got them here.
Okay, water, hops, and barley. I'll get them.
Yeah, the only thing I don't have is the hops.
Here's some barley from my mum's kitchen. Can it be used for brewing?
It's not the best, but it'll have to do.
Here's the water.
I have a pot of crystal clear water for the dwarven ale.
Show me. Hey, that water's very good. We can use this.
Now where are the hops?
Do you have any idea where I can get the hops?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that thieving rat took the best part of 5 sacks. I've not enough left. I've got to be careful with it.
The rat, huh?
So, rat hole.
I have to go. Enjoy the celebration.
Yeah.
Alright, examine that.
If the rat has stolen that many hops, it might still have something stored in there. There's something in there. Something round. Ugh, hopefully it's not a giant rat dropping. It's a single hop. This is probably all that's left of the stock of hops.
Alright, then give it to the master brewer.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir.
Aye, Wilbur.
I've got your hops.
I've got some hops for the ale.
Oh, no, my lad. That's not enough. I need more hops. A proper handful.
But I can't find any more.
Oh, well, that's it as far as the dwarven ale's concerned. But you can plant the hops. You'll have enough next year.
I know what to do. Okay.
I have to go.
Yeah.
Enjoy this.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta go back. Go back to our house. There's a flower pot there. And we have some miracle grow shit. We could do this. Alright. Where's the hop plant?
Okay, I'll plant the hop in the soil.
And that.
Let's see what happens. I really can't imagine this stuff.
Hops
Good fertilizer.
hops galore.
Nah.
We can make a whole bunch.
Whoa! A huge hop plant with tons of cones.
Hake them.
I've picked about 10 cones. That should be enough for the dwarven ale.
We take a few more. Just kidding. Alright. Back to Bastion we go. Hey, we got you 10 hops.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir.
Aye, Wilbur.
I've got you a pile of
I've got
hops.
some hops for the ale. Is this enough?
Ho, that's enough. I hope you haven't been whipping stuff out of my stock.
Nope.
No.
Just took the one.
Well, only indirectly.
And that means I've got all I need to brew the lovely dwarven ale. Right, it's all go now then. Hey, laddie, just watch out that you don't get any of that in your eyes. It's dangerous stuff.
I'll be very careful. Thanks very much, sir.
Tell me, Wilbur, what do you need all that junk for? The dwarven ale and all the other stuff that you've been dragging out of here the whole evening.
Well, it's because of the ring. I need it. Grandad's helping me get the ring to the human town safe. Well, quickly.
Oh, Wilbur, it's dangerous for a young gnome like yourself out there.
I know, but I promised that gremlin, and I believe it really could be important. And I'd like to get out of here and achieve something.
Taste some adventure, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think that the ring is all that important. Not everybody's born for having adventures, my lad. But maybe you really do need to get out of here.
Really?
Aye, laddie. You still live with your parents. And you keep company with a very interesting, intelligent old dwarf. But that can't go on forever, can it now? So, if you do leave and go off on an adventure, even if it's just to Seastone, then maybe you'll come back and visit and tell me all about it then, eh?
I promise.
Don't forget us. You're going to have to excuse me now. I've got an appointment.
An appointment? I'm gonna guess it's an appointment to get drunk. Okay, we gotta go back to Granddad. Like now.
And down we go.
Hi, Grandpa.
Excuse me, Colonel Grandad?
Yes, report back.
Here's the dwarven ale, Grandad.
Oh, my goodness, we must be careful with this. That means we're only missing the
Nope, I
cog.
got that too.
Dismissed.
Here's the cog, Grandad.
Yeah. Like a badass. I collect shit.
I had to break my flying fish for that.
Poor Nemo.
War
Rest in
always
peace.
involves sacrifice.
I miss you already.
Your flying fish was a hero, one of our best. We will honor his memory. Now I have everything I need. It won't take long now. Prepare yourself for takeoff.
Take off?
I really wanted to take that fish with me.
That's what you meant by take off.
Absolutely. I've aimed her at the town of the humans. That too was, of course,
Wait,
designed
am I being
to
catapulted?
invade. But I'm confident that she'll get your capsule there too.
Confident? Get me out of here. Please, Grandad.
Listen, my boy. I'm proud of you. You're doing something very brave. Sure, Wilbur. I'd like you to have these.
Your old aviator goggles. Oh, Grandad, I didn't think...
Too slow, my boy.
Uh-oh.
Fire!
Yep. Being
Good luck.
catapulted. It's Mordor.
Where is it?
He still hasn't told us, Mother.
He will. Who else knows about it?
The Archmage won't know about it yet. We were able to intercept the servant, as you know. But
But
an elf, Mother. She tried to free MacGuffin. She might know something.
she needs to be watched.
Very well.
And now, Mr. Professor, let us have a little chat.
Meanwhile, at the foot of the mountain... Hey, Ivo.
Oh well, no problem. I am an elf, and I'm fit. What now? I'll get the book out of MacGuffin's secret cellar and take it to the Archmage. No, they were all gone when I got there. They collected the cage and were off. Now it's up to us to get the book. Of course I don't have to, but, well, what else am I going to do? It appears to be very important. And even if it isn't important, those shady fellows want to have that book. It's better that we get it out of the cellar before they get their grubby mitts on it. Then don't help me. Why don't you just fly home? Just don't tell my parents anything. Ungrateful feathered fowl.
Okay, let's look around.
The groundwater is only a few meters down in this region. Presumably the well isn't very deep. A pumpkin patch. Not particularly well cared for. Presumably MacGuffin spends a lot of time buried in his books and not enough time in his garden. A tatty-wonky scarecrow. Its clothing has been nibbled by mice, but the hat has something about it.
Can we take the hat?
A scarecrow that doesn't even scare Cheep Cheep is clearly of no use whatsoever.
But I want to take the hat. I like the hat.
I'd say this is a pretty basic millstone. Grain is tipped into the hole above, and you then turn the upper stone. The flour then comes out of the side. A swinging metal frame. You can hang pots or something of that sort onto it and then swing it over the fire. I should hang something from it.
Do we have anything? No.
Why is that scarecrow not scaring you? Yes, certainly. And how? Normally you're the first to take flight. Do you have any idea which artifact could be so powerful that it could make someone into the ruler of the world?
I swear, I hear a cuckoo.
No, that's been lost to the depths of the ocean. No, that's been thrown back into the same fire that was used to forge it. No, I haven't got a clue. It must be something that no one bargained for, something that no one has ever looked for. It'll be in the Gremlins book. If only I had it already. Good luck, little one, and don't get up to any mischief.
Chimney.
A daring structure. And just like the whole house, pretty wonky. Doesn't look as if it'll last long.
Let's go in the house. I kind of like this music. Kind of reminds me of like Fox and the Hound.
Typical bachelor. Everything in a mess. Plates, pots, cups, covered with a sticky mixture of dust and fat. Dead flies. Oh, yuck. A wooden tub, about half full of water. Oh, great. This has the professor's washing floating around in it. White shirts, grey socks, red underpants.
It's not good to put red with whites. It stains them.
A carpenter's cup. It looks old.
Can we take it? No?
The back of the fireplace. When MacGuffin wanted to heat his food up, he just needed to put it into one of those little stoves. A small old-fashioned shield. The inside is highly polished.
Take it. Why is the inside only polished? Shouldn't it all be polished?
Looks like the base for a statue. It's made out of stone and it's covered with strange characters. There's a 6-sided indentation on the base. Perhaps the mounting for a statue.
Okay. Jellyfish light.
A standard jelly glowfish. They're everywhere around here. This one here isn't glowing anymore, and won't ever again.
Oh, he's dead.
Looks
That's
like
not
a
cool.
very ancient sarcophagus. Oh, strange. There are hinges on it, just like a door.
Can we open it?
Shame. Just a stinky mummy. What have we here?
What are you doing, Mortimer?
Holy shit!
What the... Did you just speak? You speak?
Me? No.
Well, yes you do, quite obviously.
What is obvious?
That you can and do speak.
But of course.
But you just said that you didn't.
Why are you being so strange, Mortimer?
I'm not Mortimer.
Where is Mortimer?
You mean MacGuffin, the gremlin archaeologist who lives here, yes?
What?
Mortimer.
Yes?
You're called Mortimer?
No, of course not.
I think we're finished with this conversation.
I think you are slowly losing your marbles, Mortimer.
I like him,
Presumably the sarcophagus lacks oxygen.
but I like him. Can he be our new friend? Can we take him with us? Please?
I think these are all the things that the professor uses on his digs. A brush, a little shovel, a sieve.
Take him.
I'll take the sieve. The rest looks pretty useless. Books, books, and more books. Most are ancient tomes. They appear to be written in just about every language. A large handwritten book. It looks like it's been used a lot.
I was like, it's not the book we're supposed to take, though.
It's the gremlin's diary. Perhaps I'll find some hints about the cellar. Let's take a closer look. Who would have ever thought that it would fall to someone like me, an old archaeologist, to stop this madness? And I didn't find the key to it on one of my expeditions, not in dark dungeons or in fiery mountains. Oh no, I discovered the answer in an old book. He must mean the book that was hidden in the cellar, in which the information about the artifact's whereabouts is written. The notes end mid-sentence. I wonder why I haven't heard anything from Archmage Alistair yet. I sent Beetle out with a message for him yesterday morning. I hope nothing has... That was the last entry. There are others before it. What's this at the beginning of this page? Today I have been examining the books that I brought back from the Grindle Mountains. Amongst them was a book about herbs and tinctures. An old herbalist was adamant that I would find a recipe to cure my cold feet in it. What a disappointment, though. Just superstitious nonsense about frog eyes and wool socks. I was just about to burn the book when I noticed that the volume contained other things. A disturbing tale of a tragic relationship between a magician and his pet sheep Boris, as well as a travel log written by a fairy explorer. The travel log described how the explorer landed on an island in the West Seas while searching for undiscovered fairy tribes. He created several very beautiful sketches of the temple ruins that can be found on that island. I will use these to entertain myself and translate the runes he drew. The next entry was made 2 days later. It's only barely legible. The gremlin appears to have been very excited.
Or very
It
scared.
must be the entrance. The wrath of the gods caused the temple to sink into the ocean, of course. But not all, not all. Ye gods, my hands are still shaking despite the fact that Beetle made me a calming herbal tea before he left. Good old Beetle. He has obviously got no clue how significant my discovery is. I have sent him to Master Alistair, the Archmage of the Humans. He is to hand him a sealed letter. Tomorrow Master Alistair will arrive, and I can unburden myself of this terrible responsibility. I will not be able to sleep a wink. And next there's the last entry that I read out before. There's nothing else there. A little wooden box. Doesn't look like an antique or anything particularly valuable. It has beautiful workmanship, though.
We open it.
It's locked.
Is there a key?
A dragon's skull. It could have been a horntail. Nasty creatures. But there are very few around these days. The last of them are now working almost exclusively as beasts of burden. They've not just lost their viciousness, they've lost their pride too. It's locked. A stone casket placed in a wooden box. The box looks very cheap. It could be one of those storage containers. An upturned flower pot made of clay. There's a stone under it. That could be a firestone. That's coming with me. Presumably the professor wanted to prevent the stone getting wet. An old watering can made out of metal. It's small even by gremlin standards. That makes no sense if the watering can is empty.
Then fill it.
I should wind up the rope first. The well rope is fastened to the
well,
windlass.
how do you wind
Doesn't
it?
look particularly
Oh,
strong.
duh. Handle.
That was suspiciously easy. The rope is broken and the bucket's probably at the bottom of the well where it's of no use to anyone. That should hold. Let's give it a whirl. It worked. This means that I have a gremlin watering can full of water.
Okay.
The watering can with the cold well water is hanging on the metal arm.
Then
We'd be better to light the fire first, then the watering can isn't going to be in the way. A pile of logs.
flint.
Three should be enough.
There we go.
Once they get going, they'll burn for a few hours. I can't set fire to logs just with a firestone. I need something that lights...
No, why'd you grab the sieve? With the shield in the stonework? No. What? Oh, no, wait, stone disc. Go back out there. Right? No? Fuck. I need something that will light it.